Hello. This story comes from Trinidad and Tobago. Listen.
My name is Beverly. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. As I got out of my car at about 11:30 at night, someone suddenly pushed me back in. The force was so strong that I was shoved across the driver's seat and into the passenger seat. At the same time, another person slipped into the back seat and pressed a gun to my neck. "Now we're going for a ride," said the man who had taken the driver's seat. He backed my car out of my yard on the Caribbean island of Trinidad, and we rode in silence for a while. My heart pounded, and my mind raced with fear and confusion. Eventually, I broke the silence. "Are you going to kill me?" I asked, my voice trembling. "If you don't see us, you won't be killed," the driver responded. I noticed he was wearing a hoodie and made sure not to look at him again. My thoughts were jumbled, but I kept my head down, praying silently. "Do you know how long we have been following you?" the driver asked. I didn't answer. It had been about 2.5 hours since I had left the University of the Southern Caribbean, where I worked and studied for a master's degree in psychology. I had driven a university friend home, and we had stopped to eat on the way. After dropping off my friend, I drove to my house, completely unaware of being followed. "Who was that girl you dropped off?" the driver asked. "A classmate," I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. "We have been following you for a long time," he said. The man in the back seat grabbed my hand and tried to twist off my wedding ring. "Leave it," the driver ordered. The man released my hand. The driver then asked me if I had heard about a recent series of murders on the island. He said that a friend had been killed, and he planned to use my car to get revenge. "Can you let me out of the car?" I asked, desperation creeping into my voice. "No, you're going with us," he said. But then he seemed to reconsider. "Do you have someone we could call?" he asked. "My husband. Call him and see if he will pick you up." Somehow, the man in the back seat had gotten hold of my purse. He opened it, took out my cell phone, and handed it to me. I dialed my husband, but there was no answer. The man in the back seat snatched the phone from me, doubting that I had actually called my husband. "She doesn't even have this number saved on speed dial," he scoffed. We continued driving in silence, the tension thick in the air. "I'm feeling scared," I admitted. "Can I play a CD?" When I pressed play, there was no CD in the player. Confused, I remembered listening to Christian music that morning on my way to the university, singing along to "Jesus, Take the Wheel." I felt around and found a disc on the floor. "It's here on the floor," I said. "Let me put it in." A song began to play. It wasn't the disc I had wanted, but the song's lyrics, "Jehovah, I trust in you," filled the car. The man in the back groaned. The driver, focused and unyielding, said, "We're going to change your license plate, and tomorrow the police will find your car." He seemed to want to let me go, but I didn't want to be dropped off penniless in the dark. "I don't have any money," I said. "How will I get home?" The driver instructed his partner to give me some money. "How much?" $20, the partner asked. "I have $1,000 in my purse in the back," I said, remembering I had withdrawn my savings for a major purchase. "Give her $100, the driver said. I received the money, the car stopped, and they ordered me out. I crossed the road and hailed a taxi, which took me home. To this day, I don't know why God allowed that terrible ordeal. But looking back, it seems like he was trying to get my attention, telling me to trust him with my life. That morning, I had sung, "Jesus, Take the Wheel," yet I had spent the day trying to control everything myself. This was the third time I had lost a car. The first time, my car was stolen in front of my house. The second time, it was destroyed in an accident. It seemed more than a coincidence that, on my ride home in the taxi after the carjacking, A song played with the words, "How many times must I pass you through the same things to show you how much I love you?" The police never found my car, but I'm not complaining. The carjacking was a turning point in my life. I've decided to trust God in all areas of my life. Many people whose cars are stolen are killed. I don't know why I'm alive, but as a Christian, I need to trust God in every circumstance.
Dear listeners, this experience provided an inside look at life in Trinidad and at the University of the Southern Caribbean, which received part of a 2018 13th Sabbath offering to build a university church. The university, where Beverly worked today, also received part of a 2021 13th Sabbath offering to open a center of influence to train missionaries. Thank you for your 13th Sabbath offerings that help teach people to trust God in Trinidad and around the world.